These are the instructions that guide you to know how you can make use of all our cycle trade settings videos. So for people that have $100 to $190 as a capital to trade, your category of people, I would advise you stick to one short strategy only. Don't say you want to trade any cycle strategy. So just stick to one short strategy for now. Anytime you're going to grow your capital. But mind you, our one short strategy is that you must not use more than 20% of your total capital. That is, make sure you stick to our money management strategy of one short trading. Meaning that if you have $100, what you should be trading with from that $100 is just $20. If it is $190, you should know the 20% of it and trade with just 20% of it. We're going to have video on that anyway in our next video. All right. So if you have $200, $250, $300, $350, $400, $450, $500, as the case may be, then you can go for cycle trading. But you are the one that will decide whether you go for cycle or you go for one shot. You have to choose one. Either you go for cycle or you go for one shot. But don't forget, one shot gives more profit than cycle. But in cycle, you are not going to undo any trade. You are not going to do anything. It is robot that will be doing everything for you, that does everything. So, but in one shot, you have to put some effort by, picking up a signal and trade. But that one gives more profit than cycle. All right, so you have to choose one. Then don't forget that if you are trading with $200 on cycle, you have to pick just one coin. The era of picking 100 coins or 50 coins with just $200 by $10 is gone. So that was one of the major mistakes many people did sometimes last year. So when you are coming on board with $200 and you want to trade on cycle, please either you pick Bitcoin or Ethereum. I would rather suggest BTC for you, but not a financial advice. So pick $200 video and watch it and set it for your $200 on BTC only. Then $250 the same thing, $300 the same thing, up to $500. You pick $500 settings, set it for your $500 BTC settings and for your cycle. But if it is one shot you want to use, then use your money for one shot. But you cannot combine one shot and cycle if you are using from $200 to $500 capital. I think that is clear. And it is not advisable to divide your $400 to two $200 settings and say, let me pick Ethereum and BTC. It is advisable you make use of that $400 to set a trade for just BTC only by watching our $400 settings. So that's that about that. Then the third category of people are people with $600, $650, $700, $750, $800, $850, $900, $950, and $1,000 capital, respectively. This kind of people can decide whether to stick to one shot or to trade cycle or to combine the two. These people can combine the two. For instance, somebody with $600 can say, okay, let me set up a cycle trade settings for $500 on BTC. Then the remaining $100, I want to be using it for one shot. But mind you, you don't forget that we are using money management of 20%, right? So you are going to base your 20% calculation on the remaining $100 that is meant for one shot. So if it is $650, you should know that what you will have left will be $150. If it is $700, you have to, after you might have set cycle for $500, then you have $200 for one shot. If it is $750, after 500 cycle settings, you have $250 left for one shot. 800 is the same thing, 850 the same thing, 900 the same thing, 950 up to 1,000. So, but don't forget that if it is $1,000 or $800, you can decide to go for two $400 cycle strategy settings, but no money left for one shot. So, but if I were you, I will set $500 for my cycle on BTC. Then I will now be using $500 for my one shot. So, to 20% of $500 left for one shot will be $100. So that's the $100 I will be using for my one shot. Now, for people with $1,500, $2,000, $2,500 capital, $3,000, $3,500, $4,000, $4,500, $5,000, $6,000. This is my advice for you. Somebody like that has a $1,500, I would advise you use $1,000 for your BTC $1,000 settings. Then make sure you are using your $500 for one shot. So don't forget that from the 500, you're going to pick 20% of it, right? Then $2,000, I would suggest you go for $1,000 settings for Ethereum, $1,000 settings for BTC. But if you want to do one shot, you can do $500 for these settings and go for use the money for one shot. You can use your discretion on these aspects. Then for $2,500, if I were you, you're going to use $1,000 for Ethereum settings, $1,000 for BTC settings, $1,000 settings. The remaining $500 will be for one shot. Then the $3,000, if you have $3,000, you can say, okay, let me pick Ethereum, BTC, and BNB, or $1,000 trade settings, cycle trade settings. So, but if you want to do one shot, you can know how you can maneuver it and still have some money for one shot. You can just trade Ethereum and BTC for $1,000 and use $1,000 for one shot. All right, 3,005, you can know how you can use your discretion. $4,000 at the same thing. Then I want to talk about $6,000. If you have $6,000, if you don't have time for one shot, you can just, okay, let me open $1,000 settings for BTC, for Ethereum, and for BNB. Then you are going to open double position so that it's going to be picking the money in double. So it's going to be equivalent to 2,000 on BTC, 2,000 on Ethereum, and 2,000 on BNB, as the case may be. So if you can get this clear right, even though if you have more than $6,000, you're going to know how to go about it and how you can apply the same strategy and the same principle to your settings. So please don't forget, our one shot principle is money management principle. So please make sure you remember that.